Be like this. I didn't want to be like it, you know? People don't realize it just, I got pushed into it. It just happened.
New for you at 5:30, it's a reality many in the state could face at any time. Losing their home, one big, expensive life event, one job lost, one rent increase, making all the difference here. Around 800 people in our state are living outside or in their cars, a 45% increase from last year. Tonight, your chief investigative reporter, Sam Smink, is sharing the story of the people trying to show you just how bad it is while getting some action.
Is Kenny. Kenny is leading us to the place he used to call home.
This is where I slept, right here.
A bench steps away from the Unionville Bridge, a bridge that also provided cover when it rained or snowed.
It's wintertime, it's tough, but I got really good sleeping bags, but still.
Sleeping outside has been Kenny's life on and off for the last almost 6 years. A life shown in pictures you see here, taken by his friend Phil Farnsworth.
I'm not an alcoholic or drug addict or any of that. I was pushed into this thing.
Kenny says he began living on the street after his mom died years ago and the bank closed on her home because of a reverse mortgage. Despite steadily working, he says he couldn't find housing he could afford and didn't want to leave the only town he's ever known.
What do you want people to understand about all of this that maybe they don't understand?
They probably won't understand because, you know, it's hard to explain, but, you know, when you get pushed into something where you live 30 or 40 years and you got to get out. I'm just a regular person.
That humanity is what his friend Phil tries to capture with his photographs.
For me, I just want people to understand that these are people with emotions and we have to be empathetic toward them and try to help them.
Phil met Kenny while fishing by the river in the spring.
I walked right by him, didn't see him. Then I turned around to do something, to tie a fly on. I look back and I see a green sleeping bag. It moved. He woke up, looked at me, I looked at him, and we became friends.
Since then, Kenny's story has inspired Phil, an award-winning photographer who's traveled all over the world, to document homelessness in Connecticut, capturing the harsh reality of what it's like to live on the street.
I just can't stand it, and I have to show it.
A few weeks ago, Phil began sharing those stories online.
And that's it. And I'm just showing to you, you can make your own decision about how you feel about it, and that's fine. But it does exist. This is what it looks like. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Phil's photos caught the attention of State Senator Saud Anwar, who's been sharing them on his social media. The Connecticut Coalition to End Homelessness says the state has seen a 45% increase in the number of people living outside in the last year. That number includes elderly people, people with full-time jobs, and others.
Some 800 plus people are now without any shelter. They do not have a bed, they do not have a house in the state of Connecticut.
Between Phil and the senator, the goal is to get more people to pay attention.
It is in every town. People cannot afford their homes, they're going through struggles in life, and then they become homeless.
Senator Anwar hopes the attention turns into action. Right now, in order to get into a shelter or warming center, people must go through 211. From July 2024 through June 2025, 211's housing crisis line answered more than 620,000 calls related to housing. Currently, 211, run by United Way, says they are understaffed, and because they aren't fully funded, they can't operate 24/7 like they used to, except during a cold weather emergency. Even if operators can get through to a shelter or warming center, they are often full.
The reality is that there aren't much. There are some programs that, due to fundings, they're no longer available in our system. There are programs that they just no longer answer the phone calls.
Lisa Tepper Bates, president and CEO of United Way, says additional funding is a good first step. But to properly tackle this crisis, it will take political will.
We need more housing that's affordable for our lowest income people. At the same time, we do need more resources to respond to the homelessness that's happening immediately.
As for Kenny, he says he's lucky to have friends like Phil and John Parati. Parati is a member of the Memorial United Methodist Church just a short drive away. After meeting Kenny right on this bench a year ago, Parati knew he needed to help.
Then I went back to our church and I talked to the other members of Memorial United Methodist and said, we've got to do something.
So last winter, the church put Kenny up in an apartment in Unionville. In April, Kenny said he wanted to be back outside.
I've been here so long, it's tough to move out of somewhere where I feel comfortable.
This year, though, Kenny is back in the apartment and ready to make it a permanent home. Right now, there's enough money to pay rent through spring. Kenny is currently on a wait list for public housing in Farmington.
It's time that we all take the initiative and get involved.
At this moment, Kenny is warm and grateful. He just wants his story to inspire change.
It's tough. Hopefully this story could help other people.
Governor Lamont is using $4.7 million in reserve funds for 211's information service for basic needs and the agencies they refer to. But 211 officials say the housing line is separately funded. $6.9 million in grants is also expected to go toward fighting homelessness in the new year. 77 programs would benefit at least through June. Senator Anwar says he'd like to see the state put people into hotel rooms immediately, at least through the winter, something they did during COVID. A GoFundMe link to help with the rent for Kenny is on our website. Your chief investigative reporter, Sam Smake, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. Quite a story.